And welcome. I am Razim, and this is Tabletop Preparation. For lack of a better term, I have a lot of work to get done still. But this is probably, well, no, it's probably not the last day I'll work on this, but even still, you know, just a lot of work to do here. I want to get this done to kind of, you know, release it in a way. Or at least as done as I can. Alright, so where was I? Okay, seriously, guys, help me remember what I was what I was doing here. Also, we need more people in here. Oh, there's an update for the stream raiders. I guess I gotta update it instead of actually getting that going. I did all the avatars for all of the existing deities, but yes. Oh, right. Now I remember. Hitting 2. Oh, right. Let's go ahead and switch over the music to the radio thing. Again, the radio, or whatever you want to call it, that I am listening to is from Vin's Vet on YouTube. Not that. I will post a link to them right there, if anybody wishes to check their channel out. Oh, apparently Stream Avatars has an update too. I could have sworn I just updated it yesterday or something. Oh well. Let's turn up the music. Not quite that loud. We'll stick it there. Yeah, that should be good. Alright. Now let's focus. Foxkin, keep me focused. That's your job for the evening. Also, we'll go ahead and start the battle now anyways. I'll do that. I wish. That would be really nice. Alright, the old wise one. There. Yeah, I like that. Typical sacred sites. Damn it, mouse. Stay there! Hey there, lightning dragon. Go place troops. Fox can't get your troops in there. All of you! No! Tide pools. So next we've got common worshippers. Many aquatic noble animals. Spellcasters. Hey, Nestle! How's it going? Work harder, Lightning Dragon. Heartily hi there, Ray Shelley. Mostly lore stuff at this point. There's gonna be some class mechanics that I'm probably gonna put in as well. Oh, a raid run on what? Well, I figured a dungeon, but what game? I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. All right. The greatest challenge is staying conscious? It's that boring? Arcana and knowledge. Alignment, true neutral. Oh, well then why are you still doing it? I mean, for me, it's kind of the... As soon as a game stops being fun, that's when I know, okay, time to go put it down for a while, play something else. But are you getting paid for this? Like, I don't really understand. Sorry. Ah. Well, alright, Rachella. Well, I would prefer that you have fun doing it, but, you know, it is your time. Yeah, I do have to definitely agree on that point. The MMOs can really be a grind. But Lightning Dragon... Sorry, Fox Kent. Ugh! A frickin' mosquito bit me on my forehead last night. It's driving me nuts. Okay, while I really like this music, it's a little too peaceful for me right now, guys. I'm sorry. I want something with a little bit more action, a little more activity. Here, I got some fantasy stuff that'll work. Why is this so quiet? Ba 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 da da ba da 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 do. Bum ba bum bum ba 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 da. Bum ba bum ba da 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 da. So I'm trying to come up with a name for another deity that basically its avatar is going to be a serpent. It'll be as close to evil as any of the deities get, but it will be, it will be actually neutral. Just borderline evil. But I'm trying to think of a good name for it. No! I'm pretty sure that is heavily protected.
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Well, hey there, Power Stone. Well, they also, none of them really have proper names as well, Rayshella. I mean, they're all the Moon, the Old Wise One, the Grand Fang, the Cycle. I do plan, while it may be a bit cliche, I am going to do Mother Gaia, because she would fit. Well, while I'm trying to think of something, I'll go ahead and do Mother Gaia. Well, hi there, Howard Boss. And how are you this evening? You know what, I'll just call her the Mother. Instead of just doing straight up Mother Gaia. Well, yeah, Rachella. But it's not so much that they're meant to be tongue twist or anything. They're just... Their deities are almost more of concepts rather than outright entities. They are entities, it's just... They're a strange, hard to explain concept. So what are you up to tonight, Tower Bus? Chilling like a villain. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, what'd you learn about it, Rachella? Wait, what? Wait. You can pick a specialization for these units? I've never picked a specialization for a unit. Oh. Okay, well, I don't actually have anything that is level 20 yet, so that makes sense. Well, I mean... Yeah. I mean, captains only... can only progress so fast, Rachella. Yeah, I can only place one unit, which a lot of times I'm like, I don't really like that. Because then it's like, great. I got all these units, but I can only use one at a time. And I've tried playing as a viewer a few times, but the captain side and the viewer side are separate. So all of my levels and such as a captain they're not available as a viewer. I start off the same way you guys do. So I never actually made any progress that way because of that fact. This music comes from Baldur's Gate, an old but amazing game. Alright, a Martin GIF, number 70. I just love how he pulls out this sock and is just like... Or sorry, she pulls out the sock and is just like, what do I do with this? This isn't what I wanted. And then she pulls out the other pair and is like, oh yeah, this is the one I wanted. There's no egg in here. Alright. Thank you for the small break. Also, hey there, Turlix, how's it going? Oh. Stream Raiders! Where is it? There we go. Whoosh. Good night. Start the battle. Where is my buster going? That was not at all the target I wanted. What the hell? And this is why I don't use the Buster. I guess not. Oh well, we still win, and that's what matters. Alright, Rachella had top of both. Alright. Oh, where were we? Fine. Divine Domains. The mother would be associated with life. Definitely nature. Go for it, Rachella. The deities generally, like I've said, like I've typed up here, they typically don't engage in the politicking that a lot of other, or at least I'm pretty sure I did so. Yeah, they typically stand apart from the ongoing politics and other events of the world, etc., etc. I guess I didn't actually put in, yeah, I never actually put that in here. Thank you for mentioning that, Fox, Kent. Oh, for aliases, I'm just keeping it to just a few of them, not a whole lot. Though I do like the True Mother, I'll probably use that. Well, I mean, all of those names kind of fit the mother. My thoughts there would be deities from other pantheons that try to claim themselves as the mother of life and such. Those are typically, I mean, in the Noble Wild belief system itself, no. However, they do sometimes attempt to go after the Noble Wild deities. I'll go ahead and put that in here. The cycle is the version of the god of death, but also the god of life. You know, the circle of life. What do you mean by that, Fox Kent? Uh, my idea here is that the noble wild are basically, all of these deities are primordial beings. They've basically existed since the beginning of time. And their continued existence does not depend on, uh, worshippers like most other deities do. The cycle could use some more, aliases. The moon could use some. I think we're good on the old wise one. And the Grand Fang. But yeah, the cycle and the moon. Sorry I was quiet there. I wanted to just get these thoughts out there on the digital paper, so to say. Fun fact for anybody that doesn't know this, a deity can only be killed on their home plane. If you can kill their physical form in another plane of existence, however, immediately upon the death, they get, well, quote-unquote death, they get transported back to their home plane. And it's only there that they can actually be killed. Though there are reports that if you manage to completely collapse a plane of existence, it could potentially cause the death of the permanent death of the deity. Even if it's not their home plane. However, there's only a few quote-unquote recorded cases of this. Oh yes, Iron Wolf, you can kill a deity. There is also the fact that, or there is also the ability to there is also the ability to take their place. Most deities also draw their power from their worshippers, while also granting some of their power to their worshippers. It's a back and forth kind of thing. So the more worshippers that a deity has, the more powerful they are. That does not apply to the Noble Wild Pantheon. It's just, it's just kind of how they, it's how most pantheons work. I like a lot of those, Rachella. Thank you. The balance. I want to avoid Alpha and Omega because I don't want to piss people off by using that. But I do like that Immortal Eternal. Yes, the moon. The moon could use some aliases. And I'm not sure if I replied to you in here, but yes, the difference of a spirit of the land versus a spirit of civilization. Something that just exists as opposed to something that, Kitty, what's wrong? I think my kitty wants some attention. Is that what you want? Give me a moment, guys. I gotta give my kitty some attention. Yeah, right. What do you mean by that, Brishella? Yeah, I've got her little, detail here on the, page right now. The moon is also associated with, of course, you know, the tides and such. I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she is purring very loud. I really need to set up some more cameras. Or at least one other webcam. That way I can have one for my face rig and another one that I can turn on occasionally to show me and when I'm holding her. You could say that, Rachella. The Noble Wilds don't really have deities of... they don't really have deities like that. Her divine domains are Order and Tempest. Though actually, I might give her, Light as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give her Light. Are you a happy kitty? I sure hope so. Especially because those claws digging into my shoulder hurt. Ow! I think I will consider her... yes, Rachella. I think I will consider her to also be associated with the sun itself. Her proper title is the moon, but some do also associate her with the sun. Saves me some work. Makes it... I kind of like that idea. The sun and the celestial body. I know what I'll call the Viper one. Just the Trickster. It works. She's associated with the celestial, the heavens and such. I wouldn't exactly call her a celestial deity. She's still a deity of the wilds, but... In fact, I'm gonna rename this section to... the Wild Pantheon. I saw the names over there, and I'm like, how did they get all over there? The stupid spiders. Lightning Dragon, would you just get over there? Kill those things before they kill us? Finally. Still a rather large group coming at us. At least we still have a healer, even if it's not a great one. Yeah, we'll win. He came down to the giant ones. Alright, Lightning Dragon. You far and above killed everybody else. So I will bump you up. Richella, we're gonna give you... I'll go ahead and bump you up a bit as well. And I'll give Nestle some for that amount of assists as well. Alright, the Buster Scrolls go to Lightning Dragon. Congratulations. Ooh, Musketeer Scrolls. I like the Musketeer. Bum bum. Ba ba da dum bum. Ba 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 bum bum. Ba ba da 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 ba 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 da. Bum ba ba da 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 ba ba da ba ba ba. All right, back to the walk. Ah, yes, down here. The Maiden of Four Faces? I'm gonna separate the Twilight of the Tides to just the Twilight and the Tides. I like that. I kind of like the Dark Light as well. Also, I should add you to the credits. There. Oh, I see. Alright. I'll probably just stick with the two there, the Twilight, the Tides, or sorry, the three. The Twilight, the Tides, and the Dark Light. I like those ones for her. I could probably use one or two other ideas for the Trickster Rachella, if you have any. There we go. Well, I have come up with a deity for each of the cleric domains, which was one of my main things that I wanted to do. So we can move on from the deities, at least for now. More deity ideas are welcome if you guys have any. Just, let me know. Now up to... I kind of think that the noble races should be up higher on this. I don't really want to go through the effort of moving it. I don't know, maybe it'll copy-paste easily. I'll put it up here. Okay, it looks like it copy-pasted just fine. Sweet! So let's come down here and delete this section, since we moved it elsewhere. Ooh, I like a lot of those Rishella. There we go. The problem with that Iron Wolf is that, I mean, the closest to that would be the Trickster. But that doesn't really fit in with with these deities. They don't really have... The Pantheon itself doesn't really have such a deity wouldn't fit in this Pantheon. Even the Trickster is devoted to a bit of order. Bum ba da da dum bum ba da da dum bum ba da da dum bum 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 ba da da dum. All right. Oh yeah, I get it, Rachel. It's like it's a little difficult making sure they stay noble. Or stay neutral. You know, this whole thing started as just an adaptation of 3.5 to 5e. And I have taken that. I have kept a couple of the things that they created for it, and then just ran and made this my own thing. Well, more our own thing, because I definitely did not work on all of this by myself. Yeah, exactly, Rachella. And even still, yes, Power Stone, I have DM'd games before. I don't typically DM any of our games because the problem with streaming and DMing is that no matter what you do, you will wind up neglecting one portion of the... You'll either neglect your viewers or you'll neglect your players. You can't really do both. And I have seen that reflected in a lot of other D&D streams where the person streaming is the DM, and like I will go in there, I will talk, and they don't even notice that I'm there. Exactly, Rachel. That's why I've been loving streaming my work on this stuff. Because, like, for example, the spellcasting as a noble animal section. I would never have thought of... I wasn't fond of the blood component mechanic that they have directly as it is in the Noble Wild book, because they capped it at 20 HP and damage. So you could cast a 2,000 gold piece spell and only take 20 damage. And that did not feel balanced at all. And so that's why I've enjoyed streaming this, because somebody, SerioCon, gave me the idea for the Bloodstone. Basically a way for them to store their health for use in spells, and then this way I can remove that cap. I mean, it's still being able to be cast with basically for free, but even still, it's just it never sat very well with me, the cap. But at the same time, when you've got a level 10 wizard with, well, even a level 20 wizard with like a cap of like, I think it would be like 180 hit points, unless they grab not counting, you know, feats and such that give extra health. But that's also counting them having the maximum number of, or the maximum constitution score. It would mean that they simply could not cast some spells without instantly dying. Power Stone, I know that I'm able to do that very easily myself, like, I can easily grab together, I can easily just throw together an improvised session. As far as that goes, though, as far as that goes, your best bet as a DM is to allow some of those improvised sessions. I would recommend looking up information on improv classes first off. Or just, I'm sure there's probably several YouTube videos on improv. That would definitely help a lot. But otherwise, a simple trick to keep your players on on where you want them to go without making them feel like you are just removing all of their options. Just make it uninteresting. Like an example that I saw a while back was, if your players arrive at a city that you, for story reasons, you do not want them to get into the city that night. Like, for instance, perhaps they're supposed to be caught outside the city when an attack is made on the city. But of course, your players, being players themselves, they're going to try and climb that wall, completely ignoring what you want them to do. So a simple way to get around that is, okay, they climb the wall. Okay, there's a city. And just kind of leave it at that. The less interesting the off the tracks area is, the less likely your players are going to be like, okay, let's go check this out. Ooh, those sound interesting, Rachella. But yeah, those are definitely something that would require a lot of work. Which is why it's better to work as a team. Yeah, exactly, Anir. It's just a matter of... Yeah, the less interesting an area looks, the less likely they are to go investigate, go see it. Like, they get to the top of the wall, the gates are closed, and you're just like, it's the city. There's people going about some business. Most of them are on their way home for the night. Everybody's just kind of settling in for their typical daily lives. And you just kind of leave it hanging there. Exactly. Exactly what Iron Wolf said. A lot of DMs run into the problem where instead of doing that, they will be like, you can't make it over there. And they give some weird reason for why you can't do that. And the players are like, well, that makes it more interesting. Let's go ahead and figure out a way to get around that obstacle. And it just leads into a very chaotic situation there where the you know, the DM, you now have to come up with more and more and more ways to get around them, coming up with more and more creative solutions to fix it. Like the Wednesday game this week, where the DM really wanted to kill off an NPC, and I came up with a solution to save everybody, and he kept trying to figure out ways to stop me, but eventually he just is like, I can't come up with a way to stop you. You managed to pull it off. Exactly, Adir. Even if that curiosity kills the cat, it always has an immense amount of power. But it does also, it helps you keep from making it feel like you're railroading them while you are, in fact, railroading them. The key to a good solution on that, or a good way to handle those, Rachella, for general people, for everybody as a whole, uh, exploration is a lot of fun. However, you do need to make sure that there is something interesting in the world. Yeah, a danger being present is a great way to start it. To start things. Or to stop them from going there. They just, when it comes to an open world, it's like, yeah, you could go anywhere you want. Doesn't mean you're going to be ready for it. But the key to a open world kind of game is that we need to have somewhere to go. There needs to be a driving force behind it. For example, that can, backfire on you in that way. But at the same time, don't be afraid to kill off your players. If they do something stupid, kill them. Make them feel the error of their ways. That's one thing that my dad got into my head a long time ago when he first taught me D&D, is there's no reason to hold back from killing a player if they do something stupid. Holy crap, we did not have many people placing troops here. Alright. Yeah, exactly, Rachella. A great example would be, Dova did a fantastic job handling us going into the Mournlands. He made the situation more and more hopeless, as he took away our food, my companion died, and it just kept getting worse and worse as time went on. Oh no, you're fine, Iron Wolf. You're good. But something for back to the open world stuff. Draw inspiration from Skyrim. I mean, Minecraft is technically an open world game, but that one is, you don't have quests. You're not adventuring. You're just going to build. Well, primarily. Which is why Minecraft works the way it does. But for the most part, if you're an adventurer, you need guidance. You need to see, like when you're wandering around in Skyrim, you'll see all these little markers pop up on the little bar at the top. You know, there's an icon that pops up there, and you're like, ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's that? Ooh. And so you chase it down, and that gives them something interesting to check out. Another great example of that would be with Runes and Reptiles. Dova, we were traveling across the world, and we noticed this tower, this icon of a tower in the, a ruined tower on the map. And so we decided to go investigate. It was just a small little mini dungeon kind of thing. Nothing too crazy, not a lot that we were... I mean, it wasn't like we pulled out a lot of treasure or anything, but it was a fun little side quest. I really enjoyed that, actually, personally. Oh, Rachella. The problem there is that not a lot of players enjoy that kind of situation. They do want to feel powerful with their characters. You know, I've been giving all this advice, and I don't know if Power Stone is even still here. You know, the one that I was trying to give this advice to. Oh, okay. Okay, at least that didn't, you know, just go out into the void. I really need to rework this magical transparency system. I'm honestly not a huge fan of it in the first place, though. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this magical transparency system that they put in here. Basically, the magical transparency system is spells cast by noble animals and humanoids don't understand the spells being cast by the other side. And it's like, while this is an interesting system, it's also one that kind of divides things and makes it more difficult. Like, part of the magical transparency is that if a noble animal spellcaster saw a humanoid casting a spell, they could not counterspell it to cancel it. Unless they have the Gift of Understanding feat. I think I might remove it altogether. Well, what do you guys think? I mean, it makes sense for flavor, but mechanically, it's just going to throw a divide into things that I think will be more annoying than fun. And that was also part of, 3.5, where feats were much more plentiful. You didn't have to choose between getting a feat or getting access to a or you didn't have to choose between ability score increase or a feat. I've never been much of a fan of that system. I mean, sure, your max ability score in any ability is 20, which does help. But I think I might just outright remove the Gift of Understanding Perhaps replace it with a different feat which can give humanoids access to the bloodstone mechanic, or the blood component mechanic, if they want it. I'll probably talk to Seriocon, see what they think of just removing that. And we'll come back to it later. Bum, 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 bum. For now, there are a few spells in the Noble Wild that I would like to adapt over to this I just gotta find which ones are. I just gotta figure out how to pull that off. A lot of them are unique enough that the mechanics are fairly sound and can be transferred pretty easily. Alright. Let's get this nice and big so I can clearly read it. Okay, not that big. So something like they've got a bunch of these different spells. If I can find them again. Ah, here it is. Let's see here. Oh yeah, one of the traits that I want to do first off. I really need to rearrange these for into alphabetical order. I don't know. I just kind of hit this wall of creativity, guys. Oh no. Martin time? Well, I suppose. Are you redeeming it? There it is. Number 24! I do enjoy how... I mean, Martins can often look very aggressive, but at the same time, they're very gentle about it. Like those teeth, they could easily start ripping that flesh and stuff, but instead it's just a playful nibble. Not really doing damage, just, you know, playing. In their own little way. Fox can't go ahead and roll again. I'm gonna put another one on. Well, at least you get a free one then, right, Fox Kent? And it's an especially adorable one. Truly. Sometimes my face rig gets stuck. I think it's because of my beard. I wish they'd update it so they could understand. Like I can put in, I have a beard. And that way they won't get stuck when I've got with my beard and stuff. I turned on the lip sync one. And it seems to be working with the music. It seems to be reading the music as opposed to my voice much. Oh wait, maybe it is working now. I'm turning that off. Where's the calibrate? There it is. Alright, now it should be fixed. Okay, so... part of my problem right now is that I've got a whole bunch of ideas floating around in my head, but trying to figure out how to put them to... how to pull the different pieces together. It's not quite wanting to work with me right now. Alright, while I am thinking, I'm gonna start putting this into alphabetical order. Just because that's how I want it. And it'll be easier for people to follow and understand what they're doing. So keen sense would go, lunge would go here. So the purpose of lunge here is to overcome the problems of, you know, a noble animal doesn't have access to pole arms. But this way, if they've got proficiency with the weapon with the reach property, they can basically, it's basically giving them reach. So they get these every third level. Yeah, Rachella. The lunge trait allows them to jump forward 5 feet, make an attack, and then they jump back to their original position. It does not provoke opportunity attacks, etc. It's just to give them access to, you know, the equivalent of a polearm, since they can't actually wield one. So, Blessing of the Grand Fang. That would go before the Blessing of the Moon. The Blessing of the Grand Fang gives them the same damage as a Greatsword. No, the Dragoon jump is very different because they launch themselves into the air very high. And then the Blessing of the Wise One gives them the same, it gives them an armor bonus equivalent to that of a shield. And of course, these all require, like the Blessing of the Wise One requires that they have proficiency in shields. Blessing of the Grand Fang is martial weapon proficiency. The Lunge requires that they have proficiency in a weapon that has the reach property. Alright, Arboreal Expert. That would go after this one. Animalistic Tactics is my version of Pack Tactics. I've never been a huge fan of Pack Tactics applying to ranged attacks. It's just, but the fact that they, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that, you know, you'd get advantage for a ranged attack because, you know, you got an ally next to them. So I just do it with melee only. And for animalistic tactics especially, you know, no animals have a natural ranged weapon. Well, except for a couple. I mean, like, there are some snakes that can spit venom. But aside from a few very specific, animals, most of them, it's all melee. So the animalistic tactics would fit for melee. They wouldn't really know, okay, I can use this, my ally's right there, so I'll just target this spot while they're distracted. It doesn't work for me. And that way it doesn't feel as overpowered, to me. Having the animalistic tactics instead of pack tactics. We'll set this to character level 6. There. Get it more in line with the rest of them. Horizontal pupils. That would go higher. A fun fact regarding the horizontal pupils, regarding Mardens, they actually are one of the few predators, or the only predators as far as I'm aware, that have these horizontal pupils. Similar to the, you know, a lot of goats have them. There are a few different herd type animals. The point of the horizontal pupil is that it gives them a much wider range of view. Scientists aren't really sure what benefit it gives to Mardens in particular, but I just treat it as similar to the benefits that, you know, prey animals get from it, and that is the fact that they can more easily see predators coming. So, you know, vice versa, Martins would have that benefit for seeing, what did I cut out of here? I think it started with a P, whatever it was. Which would put it here. Ah, yes, perfect agility. So this is something that I gave to Martins. I'm a little concerned that it is a little overpowered. But basically, it raises your maximum cap for dexterity to 22 instead of the normal 20. It also gives you the ability to climb foes that are at least one size category larger than you to attack them at their weak spots, granting you +1 crit range. And then you can also latch onto the target, but that renders that natural weapon unavailable. Oh crap, I forgot to turn off the Martin gif. Oops. Alright, stream radars. Sorry, Jacket. Oof, I hope we can beat them all. There's 123 enemies here. We have 20. And our number of them is dropping rapidly. Good God. At least we are taking down a lot of them quickly. Now, if people would start getting these spiders down, we might actually win this. Instead of, for some reason, going off to Timbuktu. Ah, we barely pulled out a win on that. Hey, Jacket, how are ya? Alright. So I had the most kills, but Fox Kent came up behind me here. We have Power Stone with max troops as well as most assists. Yeah, I've actually got work in an hour too. It's not fun. Now let's see what this particular chest is. Oh, I was hoping for a skin or something. But I'm assuming that you guys will get a skin. Because that's what it's supposed to be. Alright, well, unfortunately, guys, I do need to get ready for work. I overslept today, and so I kinda jumped on before I got all ready and stuff. Weird. I wonder... I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for joining me this evening for my tabletop preparations. I guess it's not so much preparations as just work? World building, whatever you want to call it. I'll just keep calling it tabletop preparations. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me this evening for my work here. Thank you all so much for help, for the help coming up with ideas and such. I'm sorry, Jacket, I don't have control over that particular schedule and stuff. But anyways, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of you guys I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. And I will be back tomorrow with Retrograde Renegades Starfinder. So do come join us for that. And then, of course, on Sunday, we will have our first session of a new D&D campaign. So come on by for that. But for now, I bid you all the most fondest adieu. Have a good night, Rayshella. Good night, Power Stone. Good night, Anir. Good night, Foxkent. Good night, Chacket. See you all next time.